Well, gosh darn heck, and a whole lot of big butt piss. Shitty poo poos, a bunch of shitty poo poos. See, I had this whole dramatic intro planned, with the Akira music. It would go bam, 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 etc. But then it got blocked, didn't it? Got blocked from everywhere. I've had copyright notices saying, "Oh, this music's copyrighted, but it's okay," but not this one. No, the Akira music apparently blocks my video from being viewed by anyone, anywhere, ever. So instead of a cool dramatic intro, you've just got this. Hey, this is pretty cool. Have you seen this? I was recently invited to participate in a group exhibition, all based around the theme of Akira, which is probably how it should be pronounced, but everybody pronounces it Akira. Have you seen Akira? Yeah, Akira is one of my favourite animes, but it should probably actually be pronounced Akira. Akira. Hey. That might be seen as racially insensitive. I don't know. Hey, Akira's cool. Kid Crayon, shout out to that guy, I guess. Last year he put together a similar group show, and it's going to be in the same exhibit space, based around MF Doom, who you might be aware I'm quite a fan of. So I submitted a couple of pieces I'd already made for that. And then, so this one's Akira. But I was thinking I don't really have any solid, like, Akira artwork that I can just fob off and go, yeah, fucking take this, that'll do. That's fine, have this Akira artwork. So I have to make some. I've got to actually see, because MF Doom, I've got piles and piles of goddamn MF Doom artwork I've made over the goddamn years. But for Akira, I actually have to sit and draw and paint some shit, so that's what I'm fucking gonna do. Now, the problem with Akira is it's fucking vast. There's a lot of it and a lot of visual. I mean, it's a visual thing, a comic slash movie, whatever. So there's a lot going on for your eyes to fucking absorb and shit. So when it comes to, it's the same with that I go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about how, right, draw me a character, sure. Then the hardest part for me is just deciding what fucking pose to draw. How do I draw? What do I do? So with Akira, it's that times a gazillion of, like, there's so much. How can I pick one? I could pick a bunch of things and put them together. And I've seen very small snippets of other people's artwork that they're producing for this show. They've been teasing it on their Insta stories. And it looks like a few of them are going that sort of direction, like putting a bunch of stuff together, and a couple of them are maybe just focusing on one part. A lot of Tetsuo, obviously. Originally, I did think, well, everyone's going to do Tetsuo in his fucking arm, so I want to stay away from that a little bit if possible. So I drew Tetsuo and his fucking arm. I think rather than worry about creating an original piece of artwork inspired by the hit manga series Akira, I'd just basically copy some pre-existing artwork, and then I draw it, not trace it, but like draw it so it looks a little bit more my style, and then I'm going to paint it so it'll look even more like my artwork, but Akira artwork. So I think this was my first option was to draw Joker from the Clowns. The big guy with a clown face makeup and like the upside down clown on his forehead, rides the bike with his arms folded in the movie series, or just movie, because it's not a movie series, it's only one movie. But then I thought about doing that, but then I was like, I don't really know, I don't really want to. And then this image, which is in one of the books. It's in book 6, page 262. Mine's not quite as detailed. I've tried to simplify it and make it more fun shapes to draw, and then it will hopefully be more fun to paint as well. More blobular and chunky rather than intricate and detailed and shit. Mine's facing the other way. As far as I'm aware, the entirety of the manga is flipped for Western audiences. That's what I believe that to be the case. And then in there's also this page that I'm stealing from. So in the Western English language books, it's his left arm, but I believe in the film and the traditional manga, it's his right arm that goes all fucked and skeweth. But yeah, so I took this panel and redrew them. So you can see it's not traced. There's differences. I only say that because a couple of people recently have insinuated that maybe I trace some of my artwork, which is a heinous accusation. If I'm not even going to start defending myself. Yeah, so I put them together. I thought they fit together quite nicely as two separate panels or whatever. And then blobs of paint and lines and hatchings and the usual shit I do. It'd be quite nice on a big sheet of paper with some space around it. And I thought this one would be really nice if I get it painted and then cut a square image, shrink it down, and make mini prints of it, like little square mini prints of this, all colourful, nice, like purpley fading up to light blue in the background for the skies, all is pink and flesh and orange and yellow colours in the flesh and stuff. Be really, really cool. A nice little mini print for free for Patreon subscribers, like my stickers before, but a little mini print to just fucking chuck to you for free. You go on a fridge, on your fucking... You hold it over your penis and take a photo and go, look, it's covering my pubis. That could be cool. So that's that was my I don't know what my original idea was. That was an idea. And this is my original idea, and then I thought maybe it's too boring. I'm going to paint it with like blues fading up to purples, purples and blues. But like it's really, really light / white kind of blue, pale blue smoke coming out of the bottom of it, and then so that will create a light fading upwards, so a lighter blue on the bottom of this globe going up to a darker blue on top, and then this will be sort of purples. This guy Tetsuo will be purples, but with a blue glow underneath him on his face and stuff. So that would be quite a nice piece colour-wise, and this is basically the finished thing. I just need to paint it. So that'll be quite a nice piece. So I figure I'll have a few in the exhibition rather than just one piece, which means I've just got to paint a whole fucking bunch of artworks. I'll do this one as well. This is the rough one. I need to trace this onto good paper, get it all painted and stuff. That'll probably take quite a while. That I could do in an evening, I reckon, easily enough. A few colours. Take my time, make it good, but it shouldn't take too long. This one will take a bit longer because there's going to be a lot of fucking detail in all of these bits and different, flesh tones, pinks, purples, orange, yellows, highlight all of that, and then throw the background in and some spray and splatter and stuff. That'll take a little while. And then I also had another one I was going to fucking do. Which is this, because I think it's right towards the end. I believe it's page 300. Yes. Shit, son, motherfucker. I'm debating on. I've thrown it across my room now, so I can't reach it. But the piece I just showed you with Tetsuo's arms, I'm debating on flipping that. But I really like it going like left to right. That feels natural to me. But then if it was the other way, it would not work. So it'll be a bit inconsistent in terms of direction, and this feels right going this way for me in how I draw it. And it's not done it here, but this is obviously, again, the rough that I will trace onto bigger paper. I really want to emphasise like a circle here, and then have brown and beige in the background highlighted into a yellow, and then really, really light yellow, and then white right in the centre here. So it's like a glow here that emanates outwards, with all the blood spurting out of his severed arm and wrist. And then get some glow on his hand and face with a bit of double lighting and stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy with this drawing, and I think that'll be a really nice piece as well. It's another one of those. I looked through all of the goddamn comics, and there's a handful of like images that sort of stand out to me more so than others, and I've drawn some of them, but I've tried to kind of stay away from stuff that's too obvious, that I feel like, because there's a bunch of people in this exhibition, maybe 20 or so, and I don't want to just have, Kaneda on his bike Tetsuo with his big arm. You know, the Tetsuo I have got, it's his arm mutating into the big arm. It's not just him with his big arm. I had another idea, let me cover up this bit, of getting like a really big sheet of paper and then drawing really small. This is Tetsuo with his like red cape as he's just torn the rag off the thing out of the rubble. And then some like 2 destroyed tanks in the background, smoke around his feet, and then like faint smoke around his feet, like more like a mist, and then fiery, heavy, dark smoke going up this pillar in the background that will fill up like a large chunk of the paper. I thought that could be a really decent piece. I started drawing it out a little bigger, and it felt boring to draw. And so I thought, if it's boring to draw, it'll be boring to paint. It might look cool, but it might not look that interesting. So I left it. And then I thought, my only idea I had for any kind of like original piece of artwork that is based around the famous manga series that is Akira was if I did Flesh Bob with the arm. I tried to make him look quite SpongeBob-ish because I thought if he was too much like Flesh Bob as opposed to SpongeBob, it might not come across as I want. So I want it to look like SpongeBob, but he'll be, you know, pink and flesh tones. And this may or may not make it into the final show. I thought if I got 3 pieces lengthwise, that could be quite nice. 3 portrait images, that could be quite cool. If I do get a 4th one done, then, you know, 4 in like a square be quite cool. And again, mini prints of at least one of them. Mini prints of the Akira on the globe thing could be quite cool, I guess. I'll maybe sell a few of those at the exhibition, but for the most part I'll give those away because I'm fucking nice like that, you bitch cunts, you horrible, disgusting, fetid whores. I missed a bit of his tooth there. So for this one, I don't know if I can be fucked to paint it, so I thought maybe I'll just Posca it. I'll have this as another one of my Posca gallery I'm building. Maybe I'll put out a zine of Posca artwork. I probably won't. That'd be a lot of work. Well, it won't be a lot of work, but, you know, just something I can't necessarily be fucked to do. But yeah, I think this could work being quite bold. Sponge Kira. I wasn't sure of like you know, giving it a title. I thought for the globe one where the swollen Tetsuo is rising up on the globe that housed Akira originally. I thought about titling that piece Volume 6, page 262, just because that's where it is in the book. Which I might do. I'm not sure exactly on my plans for all of it. But then I was thinking about for this one, what do I want to title it? And I wasn't sure. If I give it like some funny name like Sponge Kira Flesh Pants or Tetsuo Square Bob Bum Pants. Bumsuo Tets Bumbo. Have you seen Bart Kira? That's come up a lot when I've been talking about doing work for this exhibition. A lot of people, more people than I realised actually, seem to know about Bart Kira, which, if you are unaware, was a project that was made maybe around 2013, 2012, 2013, 2014, that sort of time. Where I don't know exactly who started it, but they started putting together this project where they wanted to basically recreate the entirety of the Akira manga, the big comic book with all the 6 volumes, the fucking phone book sized volumes, but with all of the characters replaced by characters from The Simpsons. They had a certain list of character swaps, so Tetsuo was Milhouse, which was quite cool, and then Kaneda was Bart, so they had their little relationship. Akira was Ralph Wiggum, which is quite funny, and then, you know, other characters played other characters. And so they basically put a call out to any and all artists and illustrators to get involved, professionals, amateurs, whoever, just everyone. And then I think you could either choose at the beginning, or maybe then you were given I think 2 to 4 pages of the comic to basically straight recreate pages of the comic in your own style with characters from The Simpsons instead of the characters from Akira. I came into it very late, and I think I came in at the point where it was like, these are the pages that are left, pick a couple and submit them, because I think they'd sort of maybe more or less run out of artists that they had, and there were still some pages that hadn't been dished out. So they basically said, these are the pages we've got left, anyone can submit artwork, and then we'll choose based on what we want, what we like. So I did do it. Would be really smart of me to actually have the artwork here. Do you know what? Well, not necessarily first, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop right here. I actually found those really quickly. Well, I didn't find the original artwork, but I did find low quality prints of the artwork that I had made for a portfolio I was putting together at the time. This was created, like I say, I think before Zach Ridley, or maybe around the same time as Zach Ridley, so around 2013. So the paintings and drawings are, but this is what I did. So I even added in the text, but Akira. So you've got Akira, Ralph Wiggum chilling there. There's like the waterfront and a destroyed city in the background. Could have been more detail, could have put more effort into some of the textures and paintings and stuff. Again, early days, whatever. And then, he's making like DNA helixes with stones. Oh, I've been rushing around getting indigestion. Tetsuo shows up, walks up to him, which is Milhouse. He's got the red cape, and he's got his little pot belly. And Ralph Wiggum's just there like, doodloo, tee-lee-lee. Turns around and looks at him. And then there's like, he's trying to intimidate him, but he's having none of it. And then he goes, huh? Oh my God. And is that on camera? Yeah. Which, is pretty cool. Which is taken from book 4, this page here, which is this page there. I could move the Poscas out of the way, but why the fuck would I do that? So yeah, I guess you get some idea of how I tried to stay, true to the actual comic, but just recreate it. And I was liking red and orange backgrounds at the time, so I thought that fit in. And then that one there. Iconic scenes. And I was quite happy with, because there Akira actually looks kind of intimidating, where he's like, he just doesn't give a shit, he knows he can fucking destroy the guy. But then here it's just Ralph Wiggum like, doodaloo, teedlee, twaddly, loo loo loo. Milhouse's eyes. Oh my God. Manga lines. Did I have anything else to say about that? Probably not. But I submitted those, but I think I submitted it just like maybe a day late. And it didn't make it into the final Barkira project, which is a little bit of a shame that, I wasn't able to be included because of my own, timing. And as I say, I think I was working on Zach Ridley at the same time, so I was a little bit all over the place. It's a good job I've gotten better at that nowadays. I haven't. That's the joke. But at the same time, I feel like I was still learning a lot, like how to paint and all kinds of other shit back then. So I think in a way I'm kind of glad, because I don't dislike that artwork, but I'm not terribly proud of it. So I think if that had made it into the final Barkira, I'd have been a bit like, especially since some of the artwork in Barkira is actually fucking outstanding. Just Google it, Google Barkira, and it will all come up. And yeah, like I say, there is some really, really fucking good artwork in it. There's some sort of meh, kind of okay artwork, but there's some really, really good shit. So yeah, I'd have felt a bit silly, I think, having that artwork be in the final product. I don't know if it did get made into like books that were published, or if it was just like an exhibit or whatever. I think if nothing else, it was available as like a PDF. It was available digitally, so you could at least see it online, if nothing else. But that's information I literally just do not know. I don't know. Of course, once I realised I wasn't part of it, I stopped having any interest in it. Because I'm healthy like that. As soon as it doesn't involve me, I don't give a shit. I don't want to know about it. Oh, did it do really well? Well, I don't fucking care. They don't want me. Which isn't fair to say, because like I say, I think I just missed the deadline by like maybe a day. But that happens. It's not the end of the world. It's fucking, it's all good. It's whatever. But yeah, it's a really cool project. And I did think about doing something Barkira-ish for this exhibit. I thought that could be quite fun. And I think, like, by now, as I say, more people than I realised know what Barkira is. So it's obviously, it's in the cultural, I don't want to use the word zeitgeist, but it's in the culture. People know. People know Barkira is a thing. They know of it. So I think if I did artwork based on Barkira, people would get it. They wouldn't be like, oh, that's a bit funny and weird that you chose to replace characters with Simpsons, but it's quite cool, I guess. And then I'd have to say, well, see, because there was this thing called Barkira. Look, I did some artwork. Wait, let me pause and go and find the... Be a whole fucking mess. But this is fun. And I think this piece itself could potentially be like a really funny piece when it's done. Just a nice light bit of funny Akira, SpongeBob crossover. I was tempted as well to do something with the background, but like paint in a background. Maybe mask off an area and then paint it in turquoise fading up to purple, and then maybe even stencil this off and then use spray paint to blend it, and then paint in like the SpongeBob sky flowers that they have in the background, like the you know what I mean. I think that could be quite cool for a background to this piece. But that depends on like if I finish this Posca, part of the drawing and I like it, then I might go, okay, now let's see how it looks with the background. But then if I finish this Posca piece and I'm like, it's cool, but I don't really care, then whatever. And I won't. See how I feel. I'll see how I feel at the time. And if I feel at the time, then I'll feel at the time. Also, it absolutely was not my intention to do 2 Fleshbob episodes in a row. But it's one of those happy little accidents, isn't it? That's a nice little coincidence. A nice little bit of extra Fleshbob in your fucking face. And, again, if the previous episode was your introduction to Fleshbob as a character, then you just got some, like, bonus, extra, like, Fleshbob content. I keep calling him SpongeBob, but he's not SpongeBob, it's fucking Fleshbob. What the fuck? Fucking idiot. Fucking stupid piece of cunt shit. Fucking dildo mouth. Ooh. That's the light pink that I already used. I like the mixture of colours in this fleshy stuff that they used in the animation. At points, it really looks like Neapolitan ice cream. The ice cream with the pink vanilla and chocolate, pink flavour, vanilla flavour and chocolate. Strawberry, vanilla and chocolate, the pink. And it's always like a yellowy vanilla, isn't it? So it's like pink, yellow and brownish kind of colour. There's one bit in particular, I think it's when maybe... I think when Kaneda gets absorbed into the belly and he shoots his way out with the laser and it all like blobs out. It looks... Some places it looks thick and fleshy, but some places it looks really drippy and liquid. And at that point it looks liquidy as Kaneda's coming out of it. And that's, to me, I can't see that and not think of ice cream. And it looks fucking delicious. And I want to eat it up. I want to eat up Tetsuo's swollen, fleshy ice cream body. Don't we all, though? I tell you what. If I had a for every, then I'd all over the... I'll tell you something else. Not a fan of breast implants. Just not. I mean, and I won't call them fake breasts because I mean, like, they're real breasts. They're just not really. They're not necessarily natural breasts. They are whatever. The language is sort of irrelevant. The point is, I'm just not like. When I was younger, I was really like into them. I had so many pictures saved because almost to me they kind of looked like cartoonish. And yeah, I liked my fair share of anime hentai, my good old Japanese animation porn. And so breast implants were almost like a real world extension of that. Like they've been drawn big and round and bulbous, like unnaturally big. And I was kind of into it. But yeah, in more recent, or not even recent years, just like for the longest time since then, I guess, it's not into them. And I like a nice bit of set of big, heavy, milky tits, but I also like some small, perky little. They're all like boobs. Boobs are just fucking great, regardless. But I would prefer, like small, natural breasts over large, obscene implants. That's my personal taste. There was no reason really for me to bring that up. It was on my mind, and we're talking about flesh and whatnot. Sort of seemed appropriate, vaguely appropriate. Still, I don't think it would be coming any time close that I'll set my channel to be appropriate for children on YouTube. It's just every time you upload a video, there is a box to check of like, is this video for kids? And sometimes I'm tempted to say, do you know what? Let them watch it. Let the kids watch. Fuck it. Let them have a look. Let them get a little look in. But then I think for 1 second more, and I'm like, nah, don't. That'll be silly. Plus, that's the kind of thing that you're almost asking to have your channel blocked or taken down or something if you start doing that shit. Like if you start tempting the algorithm gods, then they might call your bluff and go, oh well, if that's the way you want to play it. That's why I don't talk about. It might be a little bit of paranoia on my end, but that's one of the reasons I don't really talk about the Instagram algorithm on Instagram, because I've realised if I make a post and I mention the word like link, bio, website, Patreon, go here, do that, Instagram will, it seems, limit that post to like not show it to as many people as it would otherwise. I believe that to be a true thing, that if you mention outside websites, it limits the reach of the post unless you pay to have it shown to more people, which makes perfect sense in terms of Instagram's monetary wants and their vision and whatever. It's shitty. It's a shitty thing to do, but it's Instagram and they do what they do, isn't it? So But yeah, so I don't want to start talking about Instagram's algorithm and it's shit and you can't do anything and blah blah blah. If in case that talking about it gets it flagged and then gets posts not seen or removed or something happens to my account, and as someone who's had their account deleted in the past, it's not something I'm eager to have happen again. So I try to play by some of the rules some of the time, if to limit the damage. That's ultimately, I just want to limit the damage, however fucking whack the algorithms are. It seems that talking about them doesn't help. You want to raise awareness and be like, oh my god, everyone, look at what's happening, but you realise as soon as you start doing that, if they hear, if the gods hear you bad-mouthing them, bad things can happen. Comic books, motherfucking comic books. Oh look, it's comic books. We're on the last leg, the final stretch, the final countdown. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. It's Pip. The last four issues. Where did we at? You son of a bitch. Last 5 issues. That's right, we did 15. Do you know what I realised? I don't think I brought this up whilst looking at them, but I meant to. I'm undecided on whether or not I like this thing, which is this. I pointed this out as a really cool page in the comic. I really like it. I like the shape and the goop. Dale Keown's drawings are fucking mwah. Chef's kiss aplenty. Mwah, 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 mwah. But what I realised is this. It's the same. Now, it's a very cool cover because it's a very cool drawing. And it makes sense. Even it looks like it's coloured slightly. Not coloured differently, but it looks a bit different. It's probably because it's a different coat on the paper or something. I don't know. Whatever. So that happens a few times throughout the series. I don't think I could pull any out right away. I don't think that's one. There are a few. I think that might be one. I should do research sometimes. But yeah, it's I can't. Sometimes it feels like a bit of a cop-out. Like, just, you draw a whole issue and you've got to draw it quick and you've got to get it out. So it may be the case that it's just easier to pick a cool bit from inside the comic, put it on the front of the comic, and in that way it's almost like a trailer. Like, you see this and you're like, wow, I've got to go through and see this, and then you get to that scene and you go, oh wow, that's what was happening in that scene. So it can be quite good, but at the same time it's like, one more drawing, just one more drawing. I say that knowing if I was making the thing, I'd be like, fuck you, I've done enough. I even did that on my Gun Viking 24-hour comic. The front cover is an early page from the inside of the book, maybe even the first page. So yeah, and it feels a little bit like when they say the name of the film in the film. I can think of zero examples of that, but it happens a lot. Me and my friend Harvey, when we used to watch films together a lot, and whenever that would happen, we'd look at each other and put our arms in the air and go, it's the name of the film. It was like a thing, and it was a bit of fun, but it feels a bit silly sometimes when they do. Like, for some reason the film Old Boy is in my head. I think the term old boy is used, but it doesn't feel like it's sort of, the cliche trope of, now it's you who are the old boy, and then they fucking wink at the camera. They don't actually, but you get it. You get the fucking thing of it. It doesn't matter. Let's look at some fucking issue 16. Very USA on this one, twice. Three times in these 5 issues. It's USA. I don't know if I'm totally cool with that, but whatever. Cover's pretty cool. That's a good cover. Contains scenes of horror and violence. I should hope so. I want to get my money's worth. Oh look, it's Bill fucks kids Clinton. It's friend of Epstein, Bill Clinton. Amazing. I wonder if they knew back then. That's fucking cool. The Bill Clinton, you can tell it's supposed to be Bill Clinton. I assume it's supposed to be Bill Clinton. It looks more or less like him. And so the drawing of him is just like a person. But then you see this. And I like that it's got like skin, but hardly anywhere on it. I assume it's skin. And so it's mostly like almost muscle, sinews and stuff showing through. The big fucking claws and shit. Love it. It's like the Hulk if he was a fucking G. Blood. Love me some of that. I like it when they beg. Is this a pit fiend, or it's a different guy? It's not the same guy, but that's a cool, nice, quick and easy splash panel. As is that. What's happening on this page? One single panel and then a little, copy paste job. Some nudity, bloody nudity. Man, I'd love to see who wore... Oh, he walked in, he saw the clothes, and he was like, ooh, that's some skimpy outfit. I'd love to see who wore this. Then turn around. Some hot chick covered in blood. Impressed? Oh, yeah. Good, I'd hate to disappoint you. As she puts a collar on him. What is it, like a bomb collar or something? I don't know. Yeah. I'm so meh about, like, nudity in comics and stuff these days. I'm just like... Sure, I mean, it's not unnecessary. I'm not against it, but it's just like... I don't turn to that page and go, whoa, look at that. The convenient smoke and elbow placements. It's quite smart for covering up the tits and vag. But yeah, I'm really sort of, not unimpressed, but unastounded by it. That's actually a really cool double page spread. Single panel as well, one single drawing. I say one single drawing. These probably took quite a lot of work. Do we reckon that's copy paste? No, I don't reckon it is. I believe those are each individual drawings. Good on him for that, I suppose. There's a lot of detail and a lot going on with the angle and the bits, and that's a lot. Pit looks fucking gangster. Fire and smoke is really cool, like background shape device. Body in the foreground and shit. That's really, really cool. Really, cool. Oh my god, everyone's dead. A joke about getting ahead. Oh man, this is Timmy Bracken. What's your language? How will you ever get ahead? And see, this guy's had his head cut off. Is that Timmy from the young boy Timmy from the boy in the comic? Timmy. It means you're already dead. That's really fucking cool. The colouring, like that would look like a cool black and white drawing, but I think the colouring does a lot for that. That adds a lot. It's not like it's only good because of the colouring, but the colouring adds a lot to this drawing. That double lighting and everything. The chunkiness of the see, because if it was just the drawing, you'd have the hatching around the gums doing its job, but the teeth would look a bit bare and hollow. But there's a lot of chunkiness added by the colouring in that. A lot of really nice texture in the skin as well. Very cool. Explosions are always fun, quite difficult to draw. Akira draws a lot of good explosions. Akira, the one who drew the Akira comics. Akira the Akira. Yeah, there's a lot of good explosions in Akira, is my point. Fan art, fan art, fan art. That's kind of cool in an odd sort of way. Some of it's whatever. Oh shit, man. That's fan art. That's really fucking cool. They did the computer colouring and everything. Good on them for that. Anyway, getting towards the end of the full Pit 20-issue saga. That's fucking killer. I love that. The lighting on that is so good. The cover's cool. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. He looks fairly generic 90s comic anti-hero, you know, like Patriot with guns and the crew cut, fucking whatever. Really, again, the lighting, the colour and lighting in the Pit comics is really, really fucking good. On the hair is really good. The double lighting on the face is really good. It looks so three-dimensional. It looks really fucking solid. I like that a lot. And that's fucking really cool. I keep standing up to like look in on my phone on the screen to see how it looks. And yeah, it looks really fucking good. That's really cool. That would be a nice poster. Make that a fucking poster. Oh, cool. People talking. I love pictures of people talking in comic books. It's the best thing ever. If you're going to draw pages and pages of comics, make sure you draw pages of people's heads talking again and again and again. Oh, well, you've got to put the story across somehow. I know. I get it. I know how stories work to some degree. Oh, this has got a lot of it, though. I mean, there's stuff happening, but it's not like... I guess every page can't be Pit action page, Pit action page, Pit action. Why can't it? Fucking, they made Eastman and Bisley did body count, and that was fucking pretty much full bore action, page after page after page. So it's possible, you can do it. Not too keen on this guy's trousers. I'm sure, you know, they look how they... I think it's just this line here. That's just one smooth line of trouser. This bit feels a bit better, but that, I don't know. Whatevs. Give a shit. Oh no, Timmy's had his fucking head cut off. Oh, in a gnarly way as well. Some like wire through the hole in this cell door. Is it a cell door or whatever? Around his neck, and then she's just fucking gone shit. Taking his head off. Oh, shit, my fucking bonce is off. Oh, what have you done? You've cut my head off, you cunt. What the fuck am I supposed to do now? Tony Harrison from the Mighty Boosh. I come with a papoose. Pit got a gun. Shit. We're all fucked now. I like this set of panels. That's a really nice, like, cinematic widescreen panels. It's good as well because it's like there's a lot of people talking, and then splash panel, and then action. You've killed your last American monster. To be continued. Ugly Americans. That's actually a really funny cartoon series called Ugly Americans. It's like an animated... I did say the cartoon series, so animated is kind of a given. I believe this is a drawing blown up to large size. It's not necessarily drawn at full size. Judging by some of the marks, it looks like it might even be the pencils with upped contrast rather than even being inked. But I might be talking absolute shite. I might not know what the fuck I'm going on about. That's cool. A cool standoff combat page. Two bros chilling in a hot tub. Right next to each other because they're a bit gay. Which is perfectly acceptable. Even in America, well, in some places in America. Really good. Really, really, really good. The size and fucking density. Of Pit. I love the tendons in his neck, the direction and the stretching of all of that. And then this claw coming out into the foreground. It's really fucking good. All like the skin folds and shit. Really, really fucking cool. Oh no, he's still dead, but his eyes looked up. What's going on? If it is Timmy the Kid, then he's got some kind of superpowers. So maybe being beheaded isn't going to keep him out of action. Wait a minute, get you. It's all over, General. Stand down. I can't do that, sir. You know I can't. Blam! Oh, shit, you shot me, you son of a bitch. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, is it the werewolf woman from before? She was in, like, issues and issues and issues ago. He is. He's got his magic powers. His head's floating up and exploding. Weird. Jung. Some, like, nuclear blast or something. Or was that literally... I don't know what it was. I really have to poop right now. I'm going to try and make it through the rest of this. There's only, this is 18? 2 more issues to go. I'll try to hold on. But, we'll see how it goes. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Well, that... See, they got the top panels is the same, and then this panel just made it a bit smaller, and I think he brought them slightly together a bit more to make it fit into a smaller square. And then they just took that one back, threw a new speech bubble in there to make it fit a bit better. Which I was, and you might have seen it by my reaction, when I first saw that just now, I was like, oh really? They're just going to copy paste like an entire page of artwork. But then I realised it's a flash, like if it was a movie, this is what you see at the beginning. It goes, yep, that's me, your President of the United States. You're probably wondering how I got here. I almost went into an Australian accent. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. That was terrible. I apologise. No, I don't. Shit off, you hairy dog's cock. But then it's like story, and then flash back to the beginning. Can we talk about this? Perhaps find a peaceful solution? No. Dead. He killed the president. Oh my god. That's a cool eye. It's not amazing, but it's cool. It's a good insert panel. His face, his eye, that's a terrified eye. The red glow is really good. And then him dead on the floor, covered in blood, as all presidents should be. But wait, what? Was that a fake president? Is he not really dead? I think you're right, Mr. President. Unfortunate. But then they killed him anyway. What's going on? What the heck is going on? Find out next issue. Right now. Weird cover. The lighting. I love the lighting. I'm a sucker for a good bit of lighting. And cool monsters. There are a few artists that do really fucking cool monsters. Dale Keown is one of them. Ryan Otley is a very, very recent one that does cool monsters. And I've looked at plenty of his artwork before, so, fucking whatever. I like that drawing. I think that's a really cool drawing. Like minimal, almost kind of minimal hatching to just imply texture in the head. But like with the lighting and stuff and the colouring, again, adding to it, I really like that drawing. There's something oddly satisfying about that drawing. And I guess this is all about the big head man. Even as a baby, he had a big fucking head. Scientific term, what happened to us is in utero cannibalism. Oh, he ate his twin in utero. That's what that is. Oh, lighting, man. The fucking lighting in these comics is insanely good. I love it so much. And I like that it's used a lot, but it's used really well. It's not used as a gimmick so much, and it's not just like, oh, we'll throw it here, throw it there. It's like, it really, really, the colour adds to, in a lot of comics, you just sort of like look at them and go, oh, the colour's quite cool, I guess, but this is a comic series where the colour really, really does add to it. These are cool. I like these little snapshots of the big head guy growing up. It's really cool, like cartoon little drawings, but they fit into the world of it all. The nurse, like, the fuck is this thing? I guess that's his mum being like, oh my god, I've got this giant-headed baby, and he's all sad, but then he talks to someone, and then Doctor saves Head Boy. Head Boy. faster than Leg Boy. Even though you think Leg Boy would be faster than Head Boy, because Leg Boy is based around legs which are made for movement. The bugs are cool, the double lighting's cool, the things are cool, this is cool comic things in the things. Is that just copy pasted? I think it is. Ooh, it might be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is. With the bugs and all. This bug certainly. Even the bugs are copy paste. There's a lot of. I thought that as I first looked at this cover, I was like, oh, it looks like there might be quite a lot of copy pasting going on. But then I was like, oh no, he probably drew it. No, I think the woman is like a robot, a series of robot womans, as evidenced by here. Now, there is no benefit to knowing if it's copy pasted or not. Good evening, doctors. Gilly? Doctors? Is that supposed to be doctor? So they're all saying the same thing. I think that is a copy pasted drawing here. Because it's a robot woman and they're all like clones or whatever. So it makes sense. And so it makes sense to copy paste them. But, ugh. I had something weird in my mouth. It was a cock. But yeah, so there's a lot of copy pasting on here, which you make a cover as you need to make a cover. It's whatever. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just pointing out that I think that's what was done. Again, there's no benefit to that. Doesn't help or hinder things in any way. Really cool monsters. I like the monsters. Monsters. Bow monsters. Monster fight. Fuck yeah. Get at it. Oh, that's fucking cool. Punches into his fucking rib cage, like his hands fucking in his body, in his gut, and then his body grows teeth and bites down on his arm, or his mouth moves into a different part of his body, or whatever. That's fucking cool. Double lighting's really nice. The turquoise works with like the brown and the purple. It's good shit. It's good shit, man. Oh, he's got him fucked. He swallowed him whole. Tongue around his neck. It's a really, really cool like fight scene. Multiple arms, he's lifting him up. Mouth open, tongue around the neck. Pulls him in, swallows him whole. Glug. The chains around his ankle bites them off. And then this is really good. His face is like, ha ha ha, I hate you, you bastard. Even like in this odd shaped head and face, he's got a confused look on his face where he's like, shit, what's going on? That's fucking cool. Blanche. Again, I have to stand up to see how it looks in the camera. That's fucking so good. And he's got like intestines and shit. All the goop. We love the goop. The distorted monster face and the stretching skin. Really good. Just piece in general. Really good directional stuff. That's really, really fucking... He's got like his guts in his mouth and stuff. That's fucking cool. Zlotch. Splat. That's really cool. I like that a lot. That's a really good sequence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. 8 pages. That's like the teaser of Death Fist. Fucking go to my Patreon and see it. I'll have to try to come up with a fight scene even a fraction as good as that for Death Fist. There will be at least one good fight scene in Death Fist. Or one fight scene. I don't know if it'll be a good one, but... Death Fist is my comic I'm working on currently, if you're unaware, just in case. Last issue, final issue. Frankly, the cover is a bit of a letdown. I don't know if he knew it was going to be the final issue, and if he did, maybe he would have put in more effort into the cover. But as far as the pit covers go, it's not the best. It's not, you know... It's bright and eye-catching, but, you know, because of the colours, but the cover itself is a little bit meh. I'm going to say that. It's a little bit meh. This one's got fucking galactic gods in it. Is that Doctor Strange? Is he allowed to use Doctor Strange? Oh, I like this. Barren wasteland with like an orc kind of thing. Across a trail of bones with a book. Scripture. Oh, there's god demons and shit. I have no idea what's going on. But it looks cool. I like the throne of bones, the bone throne. That's what I say when I invite people back to my home for sex. I say, do you want to come back to the bone throne? And they're like, oh, let me see that throne, Mr. Bone. And then they walk in and see my mattress on the floor, my undecorated walls, water damage, and just fucking drawings of tits everywhere. And they turn around and leave. And rightly so. Oh, look, big green man's got a big puffy coat on. And a little rat on his side. That's cute. Oh. Yeah, the rat. Or is it a fashion statement? That's my lunch. Ugh, then why are you wearing it? I don't like the taste of fear in an animal, in an animal's blood yet. Uriel said that I'll get used to it, but it still makes me edgy. So I keep them close to me, and when they're not afraid anymore, I swallow them quick. And there he swallowed it quick. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I still have no idea who the green guy is. I haven't read any of this shit. And I won't. I refuse. Hey, that's a pose I draw all the time. Hand down doing this, fist in the other hand. I like the throne. The crotch creases, man. A good bulge in there as well. And I like that he put at least some semblance of a bulge in there because so many people... Let me see if I can draw it. Especially... Liefeld did it a lot, you know. Well, we all know how great Liefeld is. In like 90s comics, they have these massive guys with like big, strong tits. These are tits. Big, strong tits, and they're jacked. They got six packs and fucking all the rest of it. They're like massive, big fucking arms and fists. These are fists, knuckle tendons and shit. And then you get like a belt full of pouches. And then the waist and the crotch area here. And it's a big fucking legs and massive chunky boots. You know, 90s comics, fucking cool, gnarly, yeah, whatever, let's go. And then you get to the crotch and they do stuff like this. And, you know, they have like that kind of shading on these bits of the legs and stuff. And it's just so like, I get you're just drawing a comic and you want it to be to appeal to as wide an audience as possible, but they literally like almost flat out remove any trace of genitalia. And it's like, you don't have to draw genitals and have them be like, oh, there's a penis under there. But it's there. So fucking just, you know, you don't even have to like draw the outline of the head. You just show that there is a bulge here because that's what goes there. You draw fucking women with their tits out and their fucking spines cracked in half as they bend over backwards to look sexy. But you won't draw a bulge. I might be seen as gay. Great crotch creases, good bulge, good trousers creases in general. And another, okay, yeah, that might be partly why I instinctively didn't like the cover. Because it's just a page from the comic. It's the last issue, make it fucking something. It's easy for me to say with hindsight and just sitting here on my own looking at this shit. But it's just a little bit annoying, is all. After such a great series full of amazing artwork that I've just fucking creamed over for weeks. Weeks I've been doing it. And then to get to the last issue and go, eh. Oh, and that was the last issue. And that was quite a meh last issue. Is it dead? No, it only retreated. Do you have any comprehension of what you've done? No, and neither do you. And neither do you know what will come of this. It is a beginning or an ending for all of us. If we are destroyed, the blame will lay at your door. We will tell what you've wrought. I can't read. Everyone will know that you are the one responsible for this. Well, someone has to be. The end. The end of Pit Comics. I mean, that might be copied from the comic, and that might have been exactly what I just described was done in a Pit comic. So, even Dale Keown is guilty of that. But in the last issue, you got that's probably the best drawing in the issue, actually. Like, even the action scenes, it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool. That's a decent, angle and stuff. The colouring doesn't look as great as previous issues. That's kind of cool, but a bit. That's pretty neat. But yeah, I think that crotch might be the best part of the final issue. Still, though, overall, I'm not going to judge the entire series based on the fact that the final issue was, in my own opinion, a little bit lackluster. Some cool artwork. Overall, fucking wow. 20 issues of just phenomenal drawings that I can and will look at again and again and again. And I hope you liked it. And you fucking... I still need to go and do a shit, so I'm going to do that now. Asterisk, Akira noises, asterisk. Oh shit, god damn it. I meant to take more caffeine pills before I started recording, but foolishly I was a turd brain and I forgot. Do. Do love a bit of Akira. Plus, if nothing else, working on this shit for this goddamn exposition gave me an excuse to rewatch Akira and re-enjoy it, reinvigorate my great love and appreciation for it. For just a moment, I thought, I should look at the Akira comics on the podcast. And then I realised I'd done that already. I think I did one of the books a week for 6 weeks. I believe I did that. I can't remember when exactly, but I am pretty sure I did do that. So I don't think it's necessary to really look at that again. Certain books I will look at, every now and again. Certain Bisley titles get a bit more play on here than certain other books. But I don't think Akira, because Akira's big, isn't it? There's a lot going on with Akira, and it's a lot. I just spent fucking weeks and weeks looking at Pit comics. I don't think I need to do another thing of looking at stuff for weeks and weeks. I say that, but then it'll come next week. It'll get time to record, the next episode of this old podcast, and I'll realise I've got nothing new, no new art books or comics to look at, and I go, hey, today we're looking at Akira. Strap in, it's going to be a fucking long one. It could happen. I don't know. Might not. I guess that remains to be seen. Speaking of, a lot of podcasts now are shitty, and all of the advertising and sponsors are a bunch of shit and ruin everything. Like we were talking about just a moment ago. I only bring it up because just earlier today I was watching some previous episodes of a podcast just to pass the time, just something to do while I doodled my little Akira bits and pieces. And in one episode, they had a sponsor of Raycon, the earbuds, and then during the sponsor read, they do a little like, "Hey, this episode is sponsored by Raycon. I use Raycon all the time. I prefer them over, the Apple earbuds because they're better, they're more ergonomic, and the design, and they got all better. They charge for this many. I can't believe they're so good." And then in the very next episode, I think it was the next episode. It was the next one I watched, at least. The person who had done that particular ad read was telling a story about how they lost one of their AirPods, the AirPods that they use on a regular basis, because they were lying to sell Raycon earbud AirPods, whatever. Because that's what that's what you do now. It doesn't matter if you're lying. Everyone knows. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's just they just have to read their sponsorships to make their money. Yeah. Oh, it's fine. Just lie all the time. It doesn't matter. It's only a bit of lying. Oh, fine. It doesn't. It's just sponsorships. It's just money. Lying's fine when it's just for making money. It doesn't matter if you're telling the truth or not. It's just to make money. Money's everything. It doesn't. As long as you're making money, just lie all the time. It's fine. Just lie to your fans and the people who love and adore what you do. Just lie to them. It doesn't matter if you're telling the truth. They know you're not telling the truth. They know you don't actually use the shit the sponsors tell you to say you use. They're paying you a shitload of money. It doesn't matter what the truth is, as long as you're making some money. It's just a sponsorship. It doesn't matter. Oh, come on, everyone. It's just a bit of a laugh, isn't it? It's just truth is subjective anyway. You tells the truth all the time. It's boring. Do you live in a fantasy world? Just lie always, lie all the time. It doesn't matter if you're lying. Lying's all right. Everyone has a little lie now and again. We'll have a little lazy lie. Just lie all the time. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's all right. Just don't tell the truth. Just as long as the advertisers, as long as they get their stock prices up and they keep making their money, and they give us money so we can help them make more money. As long as that's all going on just fine, it doesn't matter. I love lying to make money. It's the best. It's brilliant. It's my favourite thing. And that's basically all I've got to say about that. I don't claim to be pointing out things that, no, I'm uncovering a fucking conspiracy that no one else seems to realise is going on. None of that. I'm just, saying. It's very disingenuous. And I hate it. Of course, you can't say, on the podcast, on the recorded thing, where you're being paid to big up a certain product, you can't say, well, I don't use them, but apparently they're really good and they're paying us to say we use them, so here's fucking Raycons, buy them or don't, whatever. Like, I give a shit. I make money either way. They're not going to actually be honest and say that shit, are they? That'd be silly. They wouldn't get any more sponsorships. And then how would they make money? They'd actually have to do something and make something. Imagine that. Ugh, terrible. Flash forward to fucking a few years' time where I've got more views and I'm start taking sponsorships and I start just telling lies about products that I clearly don't use. I use this all the time. Manscaped. I shave my beard with Manscaped and I clearly haven't shaved in fucking years and years. I mean, I have shaved in years and years, but, fucking, it doesn't matter, shut up, you fucking dildo. It just annoys me as well. In case you couldn't tell. Akira's fun though, isn't it? Lying would be like if I showed off the books of Akira and said how much I loved them, but I haven't even read the goddamn things. Could you imagine? Oh, imagine that. If I was talking about all these comics and haven't even read them. What an idiot. What kind of idiot would do something like that? Ugh. Bastard. I have read Akira, to be fair. I've read all 6 volumes a long time ago. Not for many years. I think when I was in college at like 17, 18 years old. That's British college, not, university. But yeah, Akira seems cool. I'm sure it'd be fun to read again. I won't do it. Because there's so much of it. Oh, God, have you seen how many pages long Akira is? Just sitting and reading all that shit. Yeah, it's cool, but, like, is it worth it? Is it really worth all that fucking read? Sitting down with, nothing going on, just quiet, so you can peacefully enjoy your goddamn book in peace. Ugh. Fuck that. Just let me look at some pictures. That's what I want to do. I just want to look at pretty pictures. Ah! SpongeBob noises. Is it? Oh no, it's Squidward who walks with the. That's the sound. I couldn't. That's what your mum sounds like. Haha, only joking. Your mum's dry as a bone. Dry as a desert after months of drought. Squidward walk. It would be funny to see like Akira done in SpongeBob with like SpongeBob sounds and things. And then there'd be like the little weird, like experimented on kids with the numbers on their hands, talking to Tetsuo, going, "How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?" Like that one fish in SpongeBob who says that. It would be funny, actually. I would legitimately pay to download like an animated, even if it was an animated short, if it was done really well, of like SpongeBob Akira crossover. I think that'd be really funny. It's one of those things that like if I if I had the time, I'd make it myself, If I had the time and really if I could do animation. I'm sure I could do animation if I really sort of like applied myself and tried, But much like reading, it's just so fucking time consuming. You can really be fucked to sit there and do the shit necessary. Dam, 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 dam. And that's why you should all go to my Patreon, patreon.com/Ewan. And then everyone subscribe so I can have enough money to do cool shit, maybe learn animation. If I had enough time to just sit and learn animation and I could make cool SpongeBob Akira animations and get them taken down because of copyright. Oh, I think how fun that'd be. It would be cool though. Animation's something I've always like loved and loved the idea of doing, even if realistically I don't think I have enough faith in myself to think I could do it. I know I can draw well enough, and if I learn some stuff and get some practice in, then yeah, I could probably do some animation. I've done very, very teeny tiny animations here and there, but yeah, if I had enough sort of time and learning and effort and energy, then I reckon I could pull it off. But that's like anything else, isn't it? With enough time, I could learn fucking anything. Theoretically. I could learn to love, but I won't, because it takes too long. It's too much effort. Who's got time to love when I could just not? Much easier to just be fat and alone. Yay! Also, sign up to Patreon, because there's going to be rad, cool mini prints available for free soon. I'm planning. So this whole thing, from the time I'm recording this, the exhibition, the Akira exhibition, is going to be in about a week. So I do want to get at least those 3 paintings done. The one with the orb, the one with Tetsuo's arm getting all fucky, and the one with Tetsuo's arm getting blown the fuck off in the first place. There'll be 3 pieces that will look really, really cool when they're done. It's just, I've got to sit and do them. So I'm doing this right now, and then later on I think I'm going to make a start painting the big Akira containment orb piece. And I should be able to get that done maybe tonight. Like I say, blues and purples, nothing too outrageous. Fairly easy in terms of amount of work that will need to go into it. So that should be alright. But then, then the arm blown off, the detached arm piece, also probably won't take too long. It's like, basically painting one character. Fairly easy background, nothing too strenuous. Probably be a fairly easy one to do. And then the other one, the 2 panels with his arm mutating and shit, that'll take much longer. Lots more detail, more care and attention will go into that one. And thus then it will make a really nice mini print when I'm fucking done with it. And part of it is, I thought a mini print would be good, just because it's a nice thing, like a nice little mini print. That's quite cool. But also easier in terms of postage, because if I can fit it into a small envelope, I don't have to pay any like extra customs or write a customs form or anything. It's just put it in an envelope and it counts as a letter, nice and cheap and easy to send. So that's a benefit to me. So I figure if I get them A5 width but a square, so whatever that is, that's... Oh, this is how you make a square. You go fold a triangle from corner to corner like that. And then that. And that's a square. So that will be how big the mini print is, which is about 6 inches in square. 6 inches, 15 centimeters, 6-inch square. That's a pretty decent mini print size, isn't it? Well, that with Akira Tetsuo and his arm getting all fucky. I think that'd be a really nice little mini print. Sell a few at the exhibition if I get them done by then, which I should be able to. I probably won't get too many printed. I'm thinking maybe like 50 or 60. Sell a few at the exhibition, and then any that are left over give away for free via Patreon. People seem to really like the stickers, which, stickers, having free stickers is like, oh wow, some free. But it's just like a little thing. It's nothing major, just a free little gift for you, just to say thanks. And if I can do the same with like a mini print, then again, cool. I think people will appreciate that. I may even, if I do little square prints of the Tetsuo's arm, I stuttered there because I thought I was about to call him Akira, but I realised I was saying the word Tetsuo, so I stopped. But then I was like, no, I am saying it's fine. Then maybe if I feel up to it and I can afford it and whatever, then maybe A5 prints. So a little square print of Tetsuo and then a little A5 print of the orb with the bloated Tetsuo on top. 2 mini prints. Maybe like buy one get one free, or if you only want one of them, it's just free. You've got to pay for one of them's free. More good for you, more good for me.